Welcome viewers to our channel. This time what I am going to look at it that lot of people have a craze to buy a second home. Let it be home or flat or whatever you call it. The moment the first loan is getting closer or coming closer to the closure, immediately people will be worked out, because every weekend they will try to see the property plus a lot of newspaper. They will become crazy. Why we not buy another property? So is it wrong buying a second property? No, it's not absolutely. It's not right or wrong is about the second property. It's all about how your financial situation is currently. It is that's going to be decided. A lot of people will have a craze to when you have bought some 2 BHK at the initial point of time, your earnings will be very average or above average. So you think about 2 BHKs will do well for you, and then 900 square feet is okay. When you keep visiting your people who are close to you, they have a 3 BHK, they have a 2,000 square foot property, or they have an individual villa, they have bought an individual land and constructed on that. All these we try to see, you'll get little tempted and worked up. Immediately you are on the craze to run around to buy another property and settle it off. So peculiar cases are coming that the investors are telling that we come from our the tier 2, tier 3 city. We always lived in individual house. Now in flats we are finding it very difficult. I am planning to buy a land. Initially I will buy a land and then hold it for 10 years time. In 10 years time I will see what much I can able to save. Then I will go and take a loan and try to repay that. There are a couple of aspects you need to seriously look at it here. What is likely to happen when you are at 30? You have done every possibility to go for a 15 years loan. You know that till 45 invariably definitely will work. There is no problem. You can able to clear the loan. But what is happening around when you are trying to buy home loan at the age of 45? There are other aspects are coming and intervening into this goal of buying a real estate property. What it is all about? Maybe your children's higher educations or children's marriage or going closer to the retirement, or most of the people are currently looking at going for abroad or upgrading their car. Even for a small family, they think they want to buy a car worth of 25-30 lakhs. So these are the aspirations also coming when you buy a property. And then you are not able to fulfill any of these 5 aspirations. Again, it's a problem. Having a one house, it's okay. Buying another house, either you sell that house and buy it up. Now, when I give suggestion like that, please sell your first house and try to invest the proceed in the second house and take a loan and then enjoy it. A lot of people say that this is my first house in my life I bought. I have a craze. I don't want to sell. I want to hold it. So you have to be little rational about it. As you can see, is it my first bike? I don't want to sell. Is it my first cycle? I don't want to sell. This is my first car. I don't want to sell. This is my first house. What you are trying to do that? These days, children are not talking to the parents. Please understand. Speaking to parents itself is become big liability for you. Those who are living currently or not don't want to interact with them. Non-living things like cycle, bike, car, house, you want to. I want to have too much of attachment. So please throw about all that. Now consider look like this. Somebody says husband wife is earning 1,80,000 rupees. Now they that I want to buy a land and construct some property. Assume you are buying a land at 50 lakhs. Buying slightly away from wherever the town you are living. You are slightly going outside of the town and buying a property worth of 50 lakhs is the land, and you are planning to construct at least 1,500 square feet onto it. What will happen when you want to construct 1,500 square foot? Now it is 3,000 to 3,500 rupees you need. So that means invariably you need close to around 52 lakhs plus 50 to 55 lakhs you need require. Assume you are buying a plot worth of 50 lakhs, then your initial contribution is 20%, then you need another 40 lakhs to do that. So technically you need anywhere between 90 to 95 lakhs to meet your aspirations. Now the problem what is happening around, as when you are at 30, you have a lot of liberty to buy your property. There is no problem on the property. Now what is happening when you are trying to extend this buying a property? Now you are close to around 45, you are trying to buy a property. 10-15 years loan means close to 60, you are trying to increase your EMI. You may put an argument that whenever I get money, I want to fastly close the loan. That is possible, but you are not getting the money. What will do? In between, there is a job loss. What you will do? In between, when your spouse decided that I worked for quite long years, I don't want to work after 50. What will happen? The cash flow to the family will get curtailed. Then the cash flow to the family curtailed. What will happen to other aspirations? Like your daughter's education, son's education, or marriage, or higher education, your retirement, upgrading your car, going into vacations, all that will get struck. Already you have a property, you want to upgrade yourself. Because of to upgrade something, you want to sacrifice all 5-6 goals. Is it really seriously makes sense for us? So my suggestion is that unless you have a strong cash flow that can take care of the all other financial goals, you don't need to sell the first house, you can buy the second house as such. If not, my simple idea is that please sell the first property, take the proceed and reinvest it, since anyhow you don't pay capital gains for the first property because you are buying a second property and trying to invest it. If you think that I'll buy land now, I'll construct little later, 10 years time, imagine like that. You are at 45, you are by taking a 10-year loan to pay 30 lakhs, assume that means you have 50,000 rupees, you have to EMI, you have to pay for next 10 years time. The moment it overs, what will happen? You will left with no money, because the home loan, the land EMI itself, you should have constituted so much of money out of your earnings. Somebody earning 1.5 or 1.8 lakhs, this itself will take a sizable money. Then where you will have left with more money to save and go for a construction, that is a problem. So somebody is at 45, you are retiring at close to 55. Do you think it's worth taking a risk of constructing the money with your existing investments or going for a loan? Both are extremely bad. Because when you try to take a loan at 50 to 55, what will happen? You are not sure about your job, and you are not sure about your spouse is going to work, and you are not sure that the children's aspirations could have been increased by the time. So all this would definitely put a pressure on the family. At 55, what will happen? Technically, look at the life cycle. Somebody is got a child at the age of 30. By 55, what should have happened? The kid could have been 25 years old. Probably you may work in another town, or you could have gone abroad for working. So you could have moved out. So you assume you have another child, he or she has 22, 23. What will happen? Naturally, she will also look for some progress, and people are not working in the same town, which has happened 30, 40 years back. Everybody looking for an opportunity to fly off. What will happen? You construct the property at the age of 55. What will happen? Both of the children they are living in some town, or they already flown outside of India. They are living in overseas. What will happen? You both, husband and wife, will live in a property. Do you think that gives a great satisfaction for you? No, it's not, doesn't. And house is the place where you have an happiness. Assume that is why I am suggesting people, you want to buy second house, unless you don't have a financial assets to meet all these 4 or 5 goals like children's education, marriage, higher education, retirement, or going to places. I suggest you strongly to sell the first property and buy second property. That makes a lot of great sense for us. That way, your liability will be very, very restricted. So then you can plan 10-year home loan and then try to clear before you turn 55. See that the loan is 53, 55. You try to see that the loan is got cleared. So then when you retired, you'll have a sufficient money as a retirement corpus to enjoy your life. And similarly, to meet all other goals, it will be very easier. So buying house is only to live happily. It is not able to getting suffering for next 10 years time. So this is my suggestion to people who are watching this video. If you want to buy second house, please be very clear what you want to do. Unless you don't have a clarity or what you are going to do, you will get into a trap, and then you will get a lot of confusions. My suggestion, if you are buying a second property, if your first property is too old, try to sell, use that property and reinvest it in the second property. By the way, you save some capital gains, because if a property bought 10, 15 years back got appreciated, whatever the capital gains is there, when you buy a new property, the capital gains will get adjusted. So then probably you will be with a less pressure. You can take some home loan, then you can try to clear between 52 and 55. So you will enjoy the life. You have your goal, buying a house, individual house and living, or villa, living there. It's always a joy. So every day you can have that fun, that living with the children in a new house. It's always great. At 55, when children are moved out, if you have a house, that doesn't make sense. Because when you're 55 plus, people are not able to laugh at 30, 40. Where at 55 are going to laugh? When you're not laughing at, you're not enjoying your life. So this is my idea, that if you're buying second property, try to sell first property. Don't attach and become too much of irrational. Be rational, and that will definitely help you to enjoy their life. So this is Suresh Parthasarathy, certified financial planner, founder, mindset consultant. We have put a lot of videos on different topics. Since it's a home related topic, in bottom that I'm giving a couple of our earlier home loan or property related link bottom. So just see that also, so you can able to easily get connected, and you can take a clear cut, clarity based advice. This is Suresh Parthasarathy signing off. Bye then.